Alright guys, back with another one. Only one here today, right now. Gotta get here early. Locals only. Clean up this mess a bit. Smells like pee over here. Disgusting. Coughed this morning and blew my back out. I'm feeling great, but I'd rather deal with some pain than sit at the house. And it'll keep my mind off of my hip. My dad always said, "Oh, what hurts? Oh, your leg hurts? Let me see your hand." And he'd squeeze my fingers. Now you forget all about your leg. And he was right. I'm gonna try something different. See what happens. This pole is $12 from Walmart. I break stuff, so I don't, and I'm poor, so I don't buy expensive shit. Not anymore, anyways. Alright, so I'm gonna try a jig head on a dead shrimp. Cut this off. Get these pliers out of here. These things work great. Wire strippers, they're like super strong. I mean, they will rust out, so you gotta wash them off and stuff. But they're excellent for getting hooks out. They got good cutters on them. Use this jig head on a dead shrimp. This pole has like 12-pound test, and I think might even be less. It might be like 8-pound test, and I got a 12-pound test leader right here. Glad nobody's here. That would crazy talking to myself. Tail off. I'll put this in there and try to make it as streamlined as possible. Doesn't help when the shrimp is frozen. But this is for dead shrimp, this setup. Trying to, anyway. Come on. There we go. That might work. Let's try that. Need to get it in further. There we go. That should do it. Try to get it as streamlined as possible. See if we can break this pole. Well, you can throw your, that was great. I'm glad I got that on film. You can throw the shrimp right off if you want to feed the fish like that. I don't recommend it. Well, some fish is happy out there. You don't have to mess with any hooks in his mouth right now. I gotta rig this pole back up, my big pole that I caught that grouper on yesterday. This one right here, but I'll do that in a minute. I think high tide's at like 10, 11 o'clock today, so I like fishing incoming tide the best. I seem to have the most luck. Put some of the shrimp in the water, get them to melt a bit. That is a big shrimp, like a prawn. I don't know if this is the right style jig, but we're gonna try to make it work. Get it in there. That is not easy. I don't like that. It's not working. I'm not trying to just throw my shrimp away either. I want it to actually hold some of the meat. Pull the meat off. Eat some more fishies. Pull a little bit more of that tail off. See if I can't get this to go in the way I want it now. Of course, doesn't work the way you want it to. They made that look so simple. I try to do it and it looks retarded. Doing something wrong. We're gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna let it go to the bottom pretty much, and then just pull it back like 6 to 8 inches and reel up the slack. 6 to 8 inches. Reel up the slack. The color of the jig head probably makes a difference too. I see a lot of people use it white when they do this. Maybe I got too big of a shrimp. I didn't think of that. I need a smaller shrimp. We're gonna try a smaller one because that just don't look right. And while we're playing with that one, man, now that I done mangled this shrimp, man, that hook is sharp. Let's just throw this pole out there. It's like I guess they call it a Pompano rig or Carolina rig, maybe. I got two different types of pound test line on here. Got some heavy duty on the top. Just seeing if there's like, if the fish can see one or not, and maybe they're not hitting the other because the line is visible. Seeing if the one that is less pound test and gets better bites, or the thicker one doesn't really matter. That's what I'm trying to figure some stuff out. I probably sound like an idiot. That's okay. I don't care, really. Promised my daughter Mia that I would catch some fish today, so I'm hoping you guys can see everything. I might have to move this. Try that there. Sun's finally coming out. That's a perfect size little shrimp, I think, for what I'm trying to do. Oh, here we go, catfish already. Or puffer. Or baby. Little baby snapper. Got something small. I think might have spit it. Yep. They're hitting that bottom one. I guess they prefer that smaller line. I might cut this top one off, or I might just leave it. Let's see. My dad used to catch big snook on frozen shrimp, just pieces. I don't know how he did it, but he also never let his pole sit. He always reeled it in nice and slow, so it probably made some kind of action. Man, there's stuff out here popping right now. Snooker. Bunch of bait fish. There's a bunch of stuff out here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at that. I think that's Jack. Brushed my hair today too. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. I don't give a shit. My lucky shirt, my fishing shirt. think there's bluefish out there. Blue runners or whatever. Missed him though. He just came over here and spooked everything for nothing. Good shit. Too lazy to be doing this. Not gonna lie. Only time I like using a lure is like if I'm going after snook and I'm feeling good and I can move around well. My back hurts too much to be playing with this thing. So I might hang this up for right now, I don't know. Throw the other pole out. See if I can feed some more small fish out there. Definitely some topwater action going on, but they don't look big. It looks like some blue runners or something chasing after the minnows that are in the water. Greenies or something, they're tiny. Good morning.
You ain't caught a ball, have you?
Not today, yesterday I did.
Oh, how'd you do? What'd you get?
I got like a 26-inch Goliath grouper.
All right.
I was catching left and right. Everybody was standing around me staring at me. I was pulling them in every time, every cast.
Getting you snook?
Nah, I wasn't not targeting them. My back's too fucked up to be casting.
I hear you.
And it's not season, is it? Or did it just
No,
open?
not till February 1st.
Yeah. If I can't eat it, I don't fish for it.
I hear you.
It's still fun though.
Any mackerel?
I haven't seen any lately. They were a few weeks ago. There was a lot of them, but I heard pompano. There's a lot of pompano running right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I might throw a little spoon, maybe.
They usually line up at the bridge down there.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the mosquito bridge.
Yeah. Back in the day, that spot was excellent, man. Before they rebuilt the bridge, it was amazing. You wouldn't fish for 10 minutes and have a stringer full of fish with just frozen shrimp.
Yeah. coming in now or going
It's
out?
right now I think it's incoming tide. It's supposed to be high tide at 11, but it looks yeah, it's low tide right now. So it's incoming tide.
Good.
Yeah, it's perfect time, man. And nobody's
Where
here.
is everybody?
Shh. I told everybody it's closed down because it's been overcrowded.
No fish here.
That's
Go
what
home.
every time I see a post, where's a good spot to fish? Anywhere but here. Go up north, go to the west coast. It's too crowded. Around lunchtime, it's like you got people 3 feet away from you, you know? I don't mind, but some people they don't care about others, and they just throw free line and it's going over and we're tangled up. I'm like, listen, we're not on the Lady of Stewart. I'm not into that. What did we all catch? Because all of our lines are connected. Oh, he pulled me in a rock. That's a baby grouper. Got him. Oh yeah. Perfect bait. That's grouper candy.
Just thinking that this would be a good day. I can offshore.
Yeah, I know. If you pay attention, if you look at the weather, next week was supposed to be like this, not today.
I know.
It said 13, 14 mile an hour winds today. It feels like 2, not even. All right, stay alive for a minute. Don't get swallowed up by a grouper, please. It's gonna attract something. I don't know if it's Jack or blue runners right now out here chasing that. But
Chasing the bait.
yeah, I caught a blue runner yesterday as well. And I seen on a fishing report that they're running right now. They're thick on the beach, supposedly.
save all these empty bags. Make that noise when you go down there, buddy. Catch me a nice grouper. It's kind of cruel, but it's going to be eaten by another fish anyway. So I cut his fins so he can't swim right. All those pokey things I take off.
inches more. Yeah, little baby. Yeah. That would have made a nice little sandwich. I'm doing my duty of feeding the fish today.
Well, I appreciate it.
Trying to get them bigger. I can tell you that.
Good.
Unless you're broke,
Huh?
like me.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's better than sitting at home and being miserable. I'm getting surgery next month, so
Oh no.
yeah, I got a fucking hip issue, and I'm too young to get a replacement. So they're just gonna open me up, fuck me up, and then in 6 months I'll probably have to go back and
Get a replacement.
yeah,
Okay.
you know.
That makes sense.
It's good. The good insurance, they run everything. The doctors, they don't know
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
So
We don't think it's that bad yet, but
yeah,
come back in 6 months.
that way we can charge them
We'll
twice.
Really fuck you up, man.
I'm good for a few hours, but when I'm done fishing, I'm in pain. But it's worth it, man. Especially if I get another grouper, makes my day way worth it. I might free line, see what's on top of this water here.
Something feeding on the bait out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what it is, see what happens. Maybe they'll bite this on the top. is that, a gag?
5 weeks earlier this week.
Is that a gag? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
gag.
that's beautiful. I love how when they're little, they look amazing, man. White.
When they're 24 inches, they look even better.
Yes, yes, you're right.
They look beautiful, man.
I just found out, you know, you could keep the Goliath if you buy a permit,
Yeah.
unless you're under 16 or over 65, then you're exempt. So I'm bringing my daughter starting March 1st. Get bigger.
Yeah.
Tell your mom to come back around.
I got a pretty nice one. I got like a 23, 22, 23.
Nice, man.
Yep. Yeah. Right here.
Jeez,
Freaked me out.
I
was
bet.
like-
That's awesome.
I thought it was a snook. But it didn't do the, the snook.
Yeah,
run.
they take off, man. That's when you go, I hope I tied everything good.
Yeah.
That's the worst, when you get one on and it just pops right away and you're like, I should have retied.
So do you catch the Goliath?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you know the difference?
Their back fin is round and the bottom fin is different. They got different color too. They're like brown.
The bronze.
Yeah,
real
bronze.
Dark brown bronze color. They get big. He said he caught. Nice.
Yeah. Yes, I'd show you, but I'm recording. I don't want to take my phone off in case I catch another one.
How big is
He was about 24. He was eating size. That's what my friends kept saying. I didn't measure it because it's not, see, from March to May, March 1st to May 31st, you can harvest them, but they got to be between 24 and 36 inches, and you got to spend $10 to apply for a permit, and if you get picked, then it's $150 for residents, $300 for non-residents, or $200, something around there for non-residents. So I have a daughter that's 7 years old, and my mom's over 65, and my mom lives right there, and my daughter, I'll go pick her up from school real quick and leave it in the water. She caught it.
I got nothing to say. It's within the rules.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could do that.
they just started it.
Yeah, that was just
It's kind of scummy because they're trying to make money off everybody.
Oh yeah.
But the real deal is the Goliaths are taking over and kind of eating everything out.
That's not right.
So
Yeah, I know offshore.
that's the way they do it in Florida.
Goliath.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You're gonna pay the tax, man.
Yeah.
And I don't care what reef you're on. I don't
They're out there. Yep.
As soon as you start catching,
Here they come.
here they come.
Like the size of Volkswagens out there.
I know.
Some big ones, man.
You're talking a few hundred.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't pulling that thing in with my stuff.
I've seen the pictures down at Full Shark.
Yeah, you gotta have those electric power reels and shit.
I guess within a minute people were sparing them. Years ago.
Oh yeah, years ago when there was no rules, I'm sure they were doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely some big ones down at Bullshit. Along with Bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's funny because there's tons of bait there. That's where everyone goes to get their bait.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I
We
commercial.
always do a stop there for bait.
Yep.
And either we catch a bunch of bait or barracudas bite us off really quick. And then we just keep going.
I was doing commercial fishing with my cousin for a while, and he's like a kingfish. He does kingfish all day long. That's what he does. And we'd go out to the Loran Tower, which I don't think is there anymore in Jupiter. There's a tower right offshore, and you line up with that. That's where you catch your bait. Then you go out, not even far because the Gulf Stream, it's closer down south. And man, we would catch 40 kingfish in like 6 hours or less, 40 inches or bigger. Dude, and if you didn't have, my cousin would get, he wasn't my cousin when we were out there.
Yeah.
I was just a bucket scrubber.
Yeah.
Because he would be like, get your effing line in the water now. They're biting, get on them. And it's work. After that, you're like tired. I didn't fish for like 5 years after that. I was like, I don't even want to fish anymore, man. And in the whole ride back to Salerno, you're gutting, cleaning them in the dark, freezing.
I met this guy. He said he was catching Spanish mackerel inside in
Oh yeah, we were at last month. I mean, there was a line of people from there to there with bobbers out and live shrimp or greenies, I think.
Spanish mackerel?
Yeah, Spanish mackerel. I mean, coolers slap full of them.
Really?
Yeah, yep. I don't know if they were, huh?
And now they're all gone.
Yeah, they're now it's the blue runners are in here in Pompano, right now.
Pompano?
Yeah, yep.
Really?
Yeah. Monday I went fishing over by Sailfish Point in my waders because it was cold still.
Oh, yeah.
I was out there underneath everybody's dock. I caught 2 spotted pinfish like this big. They got teeth like a sheep's head. I never knew that.
Wow.
Yeah, because they eat clams. They're mostly like, they're in the porgy family, but they're called a pinfish, spotted pinfish. They're silver with a giant black spot on their tail, and it was like some of the best tasting meat I've had in a long time. Yeah.
I went down there trying to catch.
But there was a guy.
Pompano
There's a guy in a kayak, and he had a Captain Jack jigging spoon, and he had a bucket full of them.
Of what?
Huge pompano. He was out on the flats out there, right by the islands and stuff, right on the other side of that bridge, and he was loaded up on them. Yeah, right outside on that bridge, there's like Boy Scout Island and stuff, and then there's a big flat area.
Big old sandbar?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was just out there. I saw him cruising back and forth. He'd come in and take a break.
And what kind of spoon did he use?
Something like this.
That guy at Snook says, "Oh, you got to
I
use this
can
thing."
find
And
it.
I got one in each color, and it would catch shit.
Let's see if I have one. I did have one. Yeah, it's in here.
Silver?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said.
Yep. Either pink and yellow or orange and pink, I think, is really good.
That's what he said to you.
But every time I use this, I catch a jack. So.
Yeah, I caught someone's old swimsuit and some other piece of shit. That was in the
Hey, at least you're cleaning up the river, man. That's what I say.
But it was horrible.
Oh
It
yeah,
was like,
trust me.
all the boats were racing in
Oh,
and out,
man.
so the wakes are turning.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
it gets
the
gets
freaking
rough.
current rips through there. I'm
Yep.
like, it's got to be a better place.
Today would have been a perfect day, but if you try to plan it, and you looked at last week, it would have said all week was going to be nasty
Yeah.
and windy, and it's calm. I
I
think they
forgot
got.
what the sun looked like for a while.
I think they got. I know, right? I know. It was like we were up north in the snow. But
Yeah, I went up north for Christmas.
Nice. It's
It
good.
was shitty all week.
Yeah.
10 days. 10 days. No snow.
That's
It was
the-
kind of
I
like,
know. That's the worst when you
it's
go and you actually
yeah.
want to see it for the holiday.
it's like I could be
I
cold
could
and
just go
wet
back
at
to
home.
Yeah.
And then I got back and it was like 3 weeks of freaking
Nasty.
wind. It was freaking windy.
Yeah.
I don't remember it, you know?
But I was like, I have to go fishing. So what I did was we had wind coming from the east.
Yeah.
I went on that
So you
side,
go up on.
and the land was blocking it. I mean, at least for like 50 yards into the water. So
Yeah.
as long as you weren't out in the middle, it wasn't getting rough. It was like this all the way, up close to the shore. But I got a bad hip, so I was like, I can't. I'd rather just go to the bridge and hang out.
So why are the guys all lined up down there? Where are they trying to get there?
Over there,
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are like the local drunks.
Yeah.
they
They probably
like
say
to,
that about you, beach people.
yeah,
Bridge
they
people.
hang out over here, and
It seemed like a boys' club over
yeah.
there. They
Most
just go to the bait
most of
in
them
and
guys
go.
live in what's that neighborhood off of Baker Road? That used to be. It's a trailer park, Cardinal Avenue.
Oh.
Yeah, I know a bunch of. I used to live in there a long time
Yeah.
ago. When I was a teenager. Yeah, it's like a club.
It's funny, I just pulled off. I figured that the anchorage would be full this time of year. Not, it's not.
It will be.
Will it? When?
I mean, the way that this town has gotten sold out.
I think they're doing. I think
Oh yeah,
The
at
building-
Mulligan's, they're doing that.
recovery
Yep.
docks and all that. I think they want to get rid of those, tying up close to the bridge.
Yeah.
They say they can't control the water. They can't control the anchorage if they don't have moorings.
Yep. And then they end up on shore, like we had just a few months ago. When we had that little bit of wind. There was just 3 sailboats over there, all up on shore.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I think it's kind of good though, because that's like more coverage for fish.
to hang out and
Well,
stuff.
yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. That's
But
fine.
I mean, it's just more people.
Yeah.
I hate change. I've seen this place change a lot
It's the only
since
thing
I was a kid,
it's
man.
the only constant.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, we all want to.
Yep. You know, and it's like I got a bunch of friends that are locals, and a couple of my buddies are running for the city commissioner, and it's like kind of like, dude, it's gonna happen regardless, man. That's just what happens. Unless we like stop people from reproducing, that's just what happens.
It is going to happen, but
How
you
fast?
gotta just kind of say, okay, it's gonna, so how are we going to make it happen? How are
And
we
how
going to let it happen?
smoothly too.
Well, no, they got to grab some empty space.
Yeah.
You know.
Or yeah, places that are abandoned and stuff like that. Instead of plowing down more land that there's not much of.
I talked to a guy. He's been 30 years, I think, and he would go up and down these barrier islands. He said from Palm Beach to Cape Canaveral, just like doing the research for the state to buy up the
Wow.
empty lots. Because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of
Oh
beach
yeah.
spots.
Oh yeah.
So that's how they happened.
Yep.
Yeah, they had to buy it all back. You know. So,
Yeah.
but
it changed.
there's no.
I mean, my family has been here since the '60s.
Yeah.
My,
That's a fish camp back then.
yeah, my grandma owns an 8-acre pond in Rio. When you go over the railroad tracks and it says "Welcome to Rio," there's a pond back there with
Yeah.
an island that's like a half-acre, quarter-acre island, and it's an 8-acre pond surrounding it. Her house is on a cul-de-sac
The
in
one
the
you can
corner.
see from the main road?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the one right there on the corner. She owns half of that one. That one that's right on the side of the main road. But if you go over the track, you used to be able to see it because the city plowed down trees, and then my grandma sued them, and they had to plant trees. Because she's like, she don't like people. She don't want nobody. She'll shoot you if you go on there and you don't have permission. She hates people. And she is like, I've been trying to get her. I'm like, listen, you see what's happening to this town? My grandpa dug it out, so it's man-made. Let's fill it back in and turn it into a gated community.
Yeah.
$500,000 per lot.
Yeah.
We could even build houses and sell them for and we could be millionaires like everybody else here and go to the mountains. Fuck this place. It's already fucked. But
Yeah, it's not fucked yet.
she's like, oh, I can't do that. I'm like, well, how about we make it a fish camp and put some like cabins, and then we can like, you know, I think that's bluefish right there.
Oh, really?
It's chasing those little minnows or something. But yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's gonna happen regardless. But like, I can't. 4 years ago, I was trying to buy a home, and I could have with my income. Now, there ain't no way.
I know.
They're selling trailers for $350,000 on stilts right across from my house. That's a $30,000 trailer on a concrete stilt, and they're selling it for 300% markup. That's insanity. It's insanity.
I don't.
But people aren't from here or moving here and going, that's a great deal.
Well, that's the curse of Florida.
Yeah.
As bad as it gets, it's still so much nicer.
Yep. You're right, but if they don't realize it, the more they move here, they're going to make it just like where they came from. Pour concrete on everything, cut the trees down, and then wonder why it's flooding because you just built a neighborhood in a wet area.
Well, I moved to Miami when I first came back.
Oh, sure.
And back then it was
Oh, yeah.
that was Miami Vice time,
Oh,
you know, in the 80s.
and they had like Seminole Indian camps out there. My grandparents came down from my dad's side. They used to come down like every summer, or maybe it was every winter, and
Wait,
hang
down
out
to
with
Miami?
the Seminole Indians in their camps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And they're from my grandma. They're from like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that's where my dad's from. My dad moved down here when he was 30. He's 72 now. So, and I mean, it was cool then. I'll tell you that. Yeah. My mom's dad, because my mom graduated from Martin County High School, and her 6 siblings, and they bought that property in the 60s, I think, for like $500.
I was going to say, boy.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
but you know, yeah.
And my grandpa could drive around on his tractor covered in camo paint with a bottle of whiskey, and the cops would just say, "All right, Mr. Bellis, get home."
Yeah.
Now they'll put you in prison and put you on the newspaper and make you look bad.
Well, you can go into Paso Cajobi.
Oh, you're right,
Keep
yeah.
shit there if you want. If that's what you want to do.
But it's funny, you know, and they're all from like South Jersey, my mom's side. So they're like rednecks,
Yeah.
farmers. My dad's from the city, dolphins out there. And my
dad's from the city, but my grandpa always took him up to like the Catskills of upstate New York and fishing in the mountains for trout and all kinds of stuff. And my dad was like, I hate the city stuff, and just he rode a bicycle down here.
Yeah.
He like hitchhiked and rode a bike, man.
We rode a bike down here from Jersey.
Yeah. He hitchhiked from Jersey to California and back, and then rode a bike down here and was working at a tulip farm.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he started building airplanes for it was called Northrop Grumman.
Uh-huh.
And then he started his own pet patrol company for 15 years, and then sold it, and he moved up to Ocala. It was
gone
cheap.
up there lately?
Oh yeah, that's crazy too right now. They're,
That thing, the Villages, it's a town
Oh,
in
yeah.
and of itself.
Yep. Oh, here we go. I'm making a grunt dance. Yesterday I wasn't paying attention, and that pole was off. The bottom of the pole was off the ground, and the drag was going. And I grabbed it and just set it. Boom! I pulled him up. Luckily, I got him out of there quick because that's a $12 reel from Temu.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I get
That's what
clickbaited all the time.
it's cheap. It won't last but one season, maybe. But it is a 7,000, and it's pretty strong. But yesterday when I had that grouper, it was bending. It was like creaking. It was making all kinds of noise. I was like, I mean, for 12 bucks, and the pole is more than the reel. Maybe they'll sponsor me and send me a bunch of crap if I keep advertising it. You're on video. I can delete you out if you want. If you don't mind.
How are you going to do it?
Yeah, I have a YouTube. It's called Old Boy Fishing.
Really?
Yep.
You got to get the big one now.
Yesterday I was filming, but I turned the phone. I turned my bag on accident. You can only see my pole. Right on that bag.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's just my phone. Once I get enough stuff like that, and more subscribers, I think I'll buy a matching camera.
Upgrade your
GoPro.
So you got a problem?
Yeah, all my friends anyway. Yeah, I have a live pro on there. It's cut all his fins off so he can't swim right, and it just makes a lot of movement. And when one comes around, he's gonna swallow it up. That's what I got to do.
That's not not great. Well, that. How to, jump distance. It's called the live
Yep.
and you'll get it, and it'll break you off. But
Dude, if I catch a jack, I'm gonna.
don't you have three of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. That's what this is. I got a live front with a triangle weight sitting right there on the bottom. Little leader on there, just kind of spinning around. But if I catch a jack, I have rope in my car. That's why I do some of these places. Buy the rope off of the railing, and they're big. They'll rip the railing right off.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously. I mean, that's kind of fun. I like it. I mean, we do it like that.
So how big is the jack?
Jack?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen people using big ones, man. Catch giants. And they're bloody. They love that bloody fish. Every time I fish over there by Mulligan's, and I'm going for snook up and down that little seagull. No.
Coming up?
Yeah.
What is it, the garden?
Yes. Yep. But every time I go for them, I catch a jack. I'm like, eh. But that's what my friends say. Well, you're doing it right. If you catch a jack, that means you're fishing it right. They're
I
fun.
find when snook you can't catch it. I stay like this.
Yeah,
It's
when
windy.
my buddy John just caught a massive one over at the mosquito bridge on the right side.
Yeah.
I mean, 40
You have
something.
to get a bit of water.
Yeah, he uses flare hawk jigs. He just casts along the bridge line. Every time I use a jig, I lose him. And I have a couple
What's he
here.
got for a jack?
Oh, he's got a freaking boat, it's a boat pole. A boat pole and an open bait reel. He goes on the weakest, nastiest bait.
Yeah, because
They sit there. Well, and they sit there. The big ones, they're smart. And the fish get all turned up. All the big fish, they just sit there. So they have to they can swim, they're in one spot. And the young ones, they're cruising all over the place. The big ones just hang out in schools, man. A bunch of them.
I caught a little one.
I haven't caught one since last year. October.
That's
Yeah, me and my buddies, we usually hang out over here and roll this pool. Oh yeah. Oh nice. Yeah, we'll hang out with all different types of things. We all have something different on our, when we figure out what they want and we catch them. And it's usually like at night because of when the lights are on, it's like a shadow. Right when the dark line is, yeah, you catch right on that edge of that shadow, man. Or you walking along here, you fly shrimp, man. Standing next to this old fellow, and he caught like 8 of them within an hour, right next to us.
Hey, what?
Yeah, 8 snook, man, one after another. Couldn't get one in slot size though. They were all under, just under. Yeah, I think those are cool.
Hey, up north they eat big fish.
Yeah.
All summer long.
I caught one yesterday and ate it.
Was it
Fresh?
good?
Yeah, I tried it. It was delicious. You just gotta cut the bloodline out,
But it wasn't the flesh was mushy.
No. It is a lot more. It's mushier than a lot of.
Than like snapper.
Yeah, way. Yeah, it is mushy compared to like if you double bread it, makes it crispy on the outside.
That's good. Well, up north they're not as mushy. I guess because the water.
Colder water. Everything's better when it's in the colder water. Even like freshwater fish. Bass and stuff up north. I would not eat a bass down here. I've done it when I was a kid.
All freshwater.
Yeah. I mean, crappie or specks, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
They're pretty good, but I haven't been able to catch them since I was younger. And I gotta ride out to Okeechobee. Yep. And then it's hit and miss from the shore. You have a boat, it's really good. Cruise around and find them.
My grandfather-in-law used to go there every winter. His wife. Roosters.
Okay.
And they just harvested the fish.
Right.
He had this old ski boat from the 60s. He had like six rod reel from Walmart probably. He had like an entire Suburban full of little jigs and stuff, every color and stuff.
That's awesome.
But he just he'd lower it down,
Pull right up.
pull one up, and then he'd bring them home, slice it with an electric knife, in a bag, back to pack, freeze them, and that was fishing in the summer up
That's
north.
awesome.
Cut them all up. Yeah, down to a time.
Yeah, I haven't.
But they don't fly. I mean, it's like,
No, yeah, you just pull them right out. Boop.
yeah, it's like catching bait out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I use. I use these 2 small poles to catch the bait for that.
That's funny, you got something on T-Bone though.
Yep.
How did it take long to get?
It was about a week and a half.
Yeah. I think they ship them out of China.
You get money back if they take longer than it says too. But
Really?
it's such a that website, that app, site, it's a scam. They get
Well,
stuff.
that's their thing.
It just locks you into it. You're trying to get like tokens, and you sending it to your friends to get them invited. I've done it like 3 times and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it.
That's their whole business plan. Yeah, they gamify shopping.
But I was like, I've had this pole for like here in my closet in my house, and I was like, I need a reel, and I can't afford to spend $150 or more on a nice reel. That's $7,000, so I was like, see what happens. And then it gives me attention, like when I put it on the video. Goliath Cooper caught with a $12 TV reel. People are like, what?
Remember when Sid Norwood from the very expensive reels?
Yep.
I bought one. Like that reel for like $1.
Yeah, like this is, I think this is, Fierce, maybe? Pursuit 2. It's not an expensive reel at all, but it is. I've had this thing for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Excellent, man. I've used the crap out of it. It's gone in salt water multiple times.
That's all.
Yeah, yesterday I caught one on medium big shrimp. But like I've had this thing's been sitting out relining, nothing touching it. I see how I got it hooked.
YouTube page.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy? There's a lot of, I don't know, is there a lot of fishing guys that turn it into a money maker proposition?
Yeah, I follow a couple dudes. That's why I'm doing it. Because I'm like, man, they're doing what they love to do, and they're getting paid. Once you get like 100,000
How many followers you got?
subscribers, I only have like maybe 50.
Yeah.
But once you get 100,000, then you get a check. I don't know how much it is, but you get a check, and these guys buying new trucks and stuff. So, and then they, like one of them's got his own seasoning. He does catch and cooks, right where he catches them.
I do know that I follow sailors. There's a lot of people that have
Okay. Yep.
do that. And then they also have a Patreon site,
Really?
which is you know what that is?
No.
It's like Patreon allows you to send money directly to the provider.
Okay.
So what they have is they'll have a site, but so it limits your access to people that are actually paid people, and you give them special stuff. You know, so they'll do like a 20-minute video on.
Special for you.
Yeah, they'll do a 20-minute video on YouTube.
That's what they
every
have.
2 weeks.
They have a paid subscriber on
Yeah.
YouTube.
So then people can get, and then they can also follow them. They can follow the GPS coordinates. They can go across the ocean and all that stuff. But yeah, they make some serious bank. You know, I follow these guys and they got these boats that they spend like $1,000 to buy, and they're fixing them up with bubble gum and shoestrings. And now they're like buying, you know.
Yep.
But one guy just bought $1.5 million catamaran for Homestead. It's like, holy crap.
I would love to cruise around on that, yeah.
It's great. All carbon fiber.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I said, I guess there's money at the end of the day. But you got to be that guy. There's probably one of those guys in every one of those industries. You know, it's probably like some fishing guy.
Yep. Yeah, like now, like my friends are like, man, you waited too long to do this. Like, these guys have been doing it for like 4 years, and they just finally started getting big. And I mean, like at least like 5 videos a month, and they're really good at it. They spend time and edit it. Me, I just post the whole video. It's a bunch of crap in there, but I'll put in like the comments. If you want to see where I'm catching it, it's this many minutes in. Or I'll make a short out of it, which is the part where I'm catching the fish. And those I've gotten a lot of views. I got like, just yesterday, I got like 300 views on a video I posted Monday. And it was a short. And I'm just walking out to the river. I'm just walking through the trail and then going, oh man, look how nice it is. And then that's it. And people are like, that looks so beautiful. And I'm like, thanks. Please subscribe.
My daughter, 14. 4 years ago, she was telling us about her friend who was doing that. TikTok was really fresh then. Her friend was doing a TikTok cooking thing. Really? Her parents let her do a TikTok? Well, she's got rules. And so what are the rules? She goes, well, she can't show her face.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like, it's the voiceover over.
And it shows her hands
and
doing
it shows
stuff.
her hands stop and explaining what she's doing. You know, she's cooking. You know, making little cakes,
cool, man.
cupcakes.
My daughter probably watches it.
Probably. In the decoration room and stuff. So I think she's doing okay. But she was one of the first ones to do it. She kept following.
My daughter watches his family in Utah, and the daughter's name is is Adley, and they called the show A for Adley from when she was an infant. They started recording her. Now they have this guy. They're like millionaires.
And what does he do?
They just play. The dad acts like a freaking child. I can't stand it, but it makes money because the kids love how he acts. He's like, yeah, he plays with them like a little kid. I'm like, gosh, man.
What was that group?
I guess I can't be hating on him. He's making more money than me.
My older kids were young. The Wiggles.
Yes. Yep.
Like,
I know.
but
Yep.
they were like rock stars for a while.
I almost caught one yesterday.
If you get the bird, what do you do?
Try to get the hook out of him. Cut the line real close to him. Oh.
I think the secret to those videos is to do something that people either want to or can't do. Either want to do and can't
Yep.
for whatever and can't for whatever reason.
Because all I watch is like guys that do a lot of trout fishing up in the mountains. Can't do that here.
Yeah.
Cost me. I need to save a couple, like $1,000, $1,500 to go up there and have a nice trip doing that.
There's a lot of people in cities.
Yeah.
You know, where they're stuck at their desk.
Yep. Smart, man.
That's what those sailing things are. Like, how many people can just cast off for 6 months and go across the Atlantic?
Yep. I need to catch another grunt. I had one and I let it go because I was like,
So growing up, you were young. These were wood bridges, right?
yes.
So would this water be crystal clear?
It wasn't crystal clear because of the St. Lucie River.
Oh, it still was.
Still was coming into here,
Yeah.
but it was a lot. The quality was better because they didn't have the canals that they did make in Port St. Lucie were fresh, and now it's been years of like if you put water in a bucket and just let it sit,
Yeah.
guess what happens? It gets disgusting.
Yeah.
So years and years, and then they release it of muck water.
Yeah.
So years and years of doing that, it destroyed it. You know, I mean, good thing you have 2 inlets, but on each end. But this is the dirtiest area where the St. Lucie comes in.
Yeah, because I've gone
You go to Fort Pierce.
north of Fort Pierce.
Yep.
I've gone to the water up there. It's crystal clear.
Yep. Yep.
And then Palm Beach too.
Yep. Same with, Stewart. The closer you get to the inlet, the cleaner it gets. But you go over that bridge and the water's green, not brown.
Yeah.
But man, there used to be.
And there was
There
the
was
bottom here was
Australian pines. You could drive your car into the water. Like there was no concrete. It was sand.
where?
Australian pine trees.
Oh, off the causeway.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah.
There were small bridges, not these big, not this big bridge. And used to be able to. There was like I don't know where it was at because I was a kid. I think it might have been over there. But there was like a bunch of rocks that it was like a pier, like a jetty out. It was like a jetty of rocks. Me and my dad would sit on the end of that and we'd catch mangrove snapper, button snapper. It was awesome. It's the first time I seen one over here.
Was it still there?
Yeah.
I went to a little spot over there. And there was 5 to 10 of them. They were just like a little palm spot. And they were just weren't moving. They come up and get a breath. Go back down.
Yeah, they're cool to see, like up north there, Elk Springs and stuff.
Oh yeah, I went into that. What's that? Crystal River? They let
Yeah, Crystal
They
River.
let you swim there.
There's a lot of them up there. I just moved back from there because I got to get hip surgery and the doctors up there sucked. I had to drive like 2 hours to go to the doctor.
Really?
I had to go to Gainesville.
I was gonna say, Jan.
Yeah, I was in Live Oak, which is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It's still cheap.
I got married.
Okay. My cousin just bought 30 acres right from home here with 2 houses on it.
Yeah. I mean, there's some towns over there on the west coast that are still back in the 50s.
Come on, I need some bait.
Oh,
I know. Yeah. Well, with dead, frozen shrimp, it's kind of hit and miss.
It's pretty indestructible, huh?
Yeah. They're good eating, but you're not allowed.
Really?
You got to know how to fillet them. Or
Why? Because they got a
there's
poison.
a poison sac inside, and if you don't, they'd rather just nobody touch it instead of taking a chance. I know how to do it. I've done it.
So that's I've heard about that with the Japanese
Yes.
sushi.
Yep.
But it's just all blowfish, huh?
There is ones that are supposedly like poisonous to touch. But I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know which ones those are. But I know that one right there.
Some guy was telling me he got fucked up by a catfish.
Oh yeah, they got spines on them.
Said it was a spine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spines, and they're like they got some kind of a poison toxin in it because it feels like a bee sting.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, my dad got stuck by one in his hand and it broke and it like embedded in there and it came out like a year later, like popped out of his finger. It started pushing itself out. Oh, I need a run. Oh, snapper.
So was this all seagrass? You have a
There used to be a lot of it, man. Yeah. Me and my friends used to wade out in the water right behind the mansion
Yeah.
over there at FIT.
That should be like knee deep then.
Yep, it still is.
Well, no, the grass should be.
Yeah, it's nothing out there.
There's nothing.
Mud. But we used to go out there with live shrimp and we catch speckled trout all day long, tons of them. But they're full of worms because it's so hot here.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I used to live in Miami. I used to read Florida Sportsman, and they talk about all the speckled trout up in
Yep.
the Indian River. Someday.
I mean, I'm sure there still are. Like, I know a lot of people that go up by like Bureau,
Yeah.
like North Bureau and north of there, and they catch a lot of redfish and speckled
You know, I was
trout.
on the water up there. I was disappointed. It was all kind of like that. It's like
Yeah,
this,
it's the same.
It's like probably a foot visibility. I was running around in probably a foot and a half of water, and I couldn't see the bottom.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
And it was hard too.
Yeah.
It was all oyster beds.
Oh wow, that's a good way to wreck your boat.
Yeah. But it didn't. But the funny thing is, I would think with all those oysters, it would be clear water. But then again, the West Coast is full of oysters,
Yeah.
and that's murky. So what gets your biggest views? A nice sunrise or a big fat fish?
Big fat fish.
Really?
Yeah. I like the sunrise too, but I've seen it a bunch.
Huh?
I've seen it a bunch.
Yeah.
Yep. The same one.
Because I don't mind a sore lip. I get fed breakfast.
He's got false hooked on his side.
Would you ever eat an oyster out of here?
certain time of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
All the months that end in R.
Yeah, but that includes September.
Yeah. I would say that just later in the year, but probably it doesn't really get cold till like late December now. You know, it used to be October when I was a kid. I can remember it being cold. On Halloween, it was freezing.
Really?
Yeah, when I was a kid. And then it got to where like you couldn't wear no face paint because you're sweating to death. Or a mask, you know, you'd be dead by the time you're halfway down the road. And there was less houses, so that you had to walk further. I had like the only house on my street in Port St. Lucie. Gatlin was only 2 lanes. The only grocery store was US 1, Albertsons.
Only one grocery store, and it's the ITA.
Yeah.
That's the way Clewiston was for the longest time, but now it's a Walmart out there.
Yeah, they're building up everywhere. I mean, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
I sound like my grandpa probably. That's probably why he drank himself to death.
We should move out to Indian Town. Indian Town's still a throwback. A Pahokee.
But there's nothing there.
I know.
I mean,
It's just a channel.
Yeah.
Canal. If I had a canal house, a nice big old boat in the dock,
Yeah.
because you could shoot through Okeechobee and be on the west coast.
Yep. Good size, but wrong type of fish.
So will they won't eat that?
I don't think so.
A friend he would buy in Haiti the blowfish like that, but not smooth ones like that. The ones with kind of like
The bumps.
they look like ET, you know,
Yes.
the big eyes and stuff. I don't know if they held up better in aquariums
Maybe.
or but just people like them.
Doing my duty of feeding the fish today.
You know, whatever was in there seems to have moved on.
Yeah, it's not. Yesterday it was so much better. But I'd rather be doing this than sitting at the house.
It's funny. You look at the satellite imagery of Palm Beach, kind of built out. And you hit Martin County, it's still open space. And then you hit Port St. Lucie, and it's fucking built out.
Yeah.
That's the scary
Oh, it's
part.
crazy out there. They're going to be putting amusement parks out there now.
Are they?
Yep. It's going to be like Orlando.
Why?
I don't know. Just to keep the people busy and content with the man-made stuff. I like nature better.
Yeah, I saw a thing on the news last night. People were protesting. They were going to convert a horse ring or horse farm down in Wellington into a housing development. I thought, well, good luck with that.
Jeez.
They really hold back the tide there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell you how many times it's formerly horse country.
Yeah. Yeah, Palm City, they're building like a tradition in between Palm City and Port St. Lucie. It's like a whole town.
Oh,
It's called
really?
like New
What,
something.
off of Citrus?
Off of Citrus, yep. on the right-hand side, if you ride out there, there's like a nice fence, and it says some weird name, Newfoundland or something. It's got a weird name.
They didn't find it. They've been
Yeah.
there all along.
I forget who owned it, but they basically
Is that the one that kidnapped her or something?
I think, well, the dude died, and then the kids get it, and all they care about is, that's what happens. The younger generation doesn't care about keeping nothing the same. But like, when I was in Live Oak, I couldn't get a job working for the city. They kept throwing my application away. They couldn't even find it when I was called. And I did it like 3 times. You know why? They don't want outsiders in there.
Oh, really?
Smart. That's what should have been done here. Instead, they're like, come on in. You got money?
Yeah, but there's a shortage of jobs up there. So it's like,
Here, they don't want to pay anything for the cost of living here. It's still the same as it's been. Nothing's changed. Maybe a couple dollars more. Like my family was always telling me, you could move up to New York as a mechanic. You'll make like $80 an hour. Then you can retire and come down here, and that's what everybody does. If you retire from Florida, you got nowhere to go. My dad figured that out. He's like, I fucked up. I'm only making $1,500 a month being retired, struggling.
all the people coming up from South America.
That too.
They get a job in New York.
Oh yeah, well it's empty
There's the
now.
bus boy.
That's the fucking.
They
They're
work
fucking
their
this
ass off,
country
and they're
up.
hard work.
They're fucking the country up. They get
And
more
they send-
benefits than our own veterans right now.
They send 100 back or 500 back.
Yeah.
They have their family build a house. And
Yep,
go
they're
back.
smart. They'll live 20 of them in a house and help each other out to buy another house. You know. Everyone here is competing. Doesn't want to help nobody. It's every man for themselves. I feel like there's a sandbar out in front of me now. Yesterday it was like going down, and it is not.
Yeah, I'm kind of ambivalent about the whole border thing. I think it's insane what's going on, but I think there's a lot of intention. There's obviously intention. in the whole
I mean,
thing.
there's a lot of people that are not from Mexico coming through there. It's a problem.
They're all over.
Yeah.
All
They're
still
all
flying
going
around
to
from around the world.
Yep. And the thing is they want them to move there because then they're going to turn them into voters for that blue side.
The hope, but I don't know that's the reality.
Did it last year? How the hell did we get this vegetable in office? You got to be fucking kidding me.
There was a lot of reasons why that.
There's some fucking.
There's a lot of people.
I think we have a false democracy. It's made to look like it, but we really have a fucking. What it is the corporations actually run this bitch, and they make it look like you got a choice, but you really don't. They're gonna do what they want to do, and they don't want someone that's gonna talk back. They want a fucking puppet, and that's what they got. Like he goes up there and goes, "Blah, blah, 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 America." Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's embarrassing. I'd rather have an asshole that talks shit. I hated him when Trump became president.
I think
I thought he was a piece of shit.
Trump would still be president if he wasn't such an ass.
Exactly.
You know.
But I also he's one of them, and he don't like them. You know, the big monies.
When he first hit the scene, I thought, oh great. And then the first time he did, after he announced he was running for office, he probably like won his first primary or something. He brought all these people up on stage, and it was like it was like, you know, just seemed like all the freaking corrupt.
Yep. But I feel like they wanted to bury. They did that. That's because you know who controlled. I mean, I'm Jewish, so I can say it. I have a Jewish background. I don't practice.
Yeah.
The Zionists are not real Jews, but they're using that religion. That's what they run our country. They run the fucking media. They're embedded in our government, and that's why we're sending money over there and all kinds. You know what they're going to do now? They're going to try to start a World War III to stop to keep Biden in there.
But
They're fucking with everything.
the evangelists are right on board with the whole thing.
Because it's all a fucking
They're like
scam.
hand in glove.
Their whole religion. I think it is anyway. I think it needs that. I mean, I think it's just resets. I think it happened before. I mean, you know, all the stuff they dig up, all the technology that they're like, how did they build this shit? I think it happened before. I think we fucked up and we couldn't get along. And like, it's if you ever had a pet mice,
Huh?
you ever had mice as a pet?
Never.
All right. Well, you know what happens when mice in a cage? What happens? They're fine with a few of them,
Yeah.
and then they start breeding too much and getting crowded, and then
Once
they
it
go
gets crowded,
fucking
they go
insane, and they start killing each other. I think it's bound. It's just bound to happen. It's human nature because we're not natural. We've gotten away from hunters and gatherers, and we fucking cyborg. You know what I mean?
That ain't cheating either.
You know, I think the Native Americans had it right.
How's that?
Just being fucking savage, being like an animal is that's how you're closest to God, is being like an animal. I mean, do animals have a Bible and stuff and rules from a God? No.
Yeah, I think everyone does. They don't all have it written down, but they all have some kind of.
It's just imprinted in their brain, and I think that's why people are going insane, because we're not living the way that we're supposed to.
Well, we're no longer in rhythm
With nature, we're an alien. I feel like, man. Fucking weird. That's all I got to say. I'm nuts, dude. Don't listen to me. I've been burned by too much shit, and corporations, and I see everything. I see between the lines.
I feel like I'm a communist.
Yes.
Communist, but not current Russia.
Well,
Communist
it
Russia,
is.
where they don't read the newspaper. They see what it's saying, but what they're not saying. But being able to read beyond the sentence. And I feel like we're that way now.
Yeah.
It's like,
And I think technology has screwed them because
Exactly.
we're able to
Internet
communicate
now
now
they're so
more,
learned.
faster.
and we're able to see shit. We don't
Yeah.
have to wait
They
for them
can't
to
cover nothing up, like the Twin Towers.
That shit going on in
That's an inside job. Guess who bought the building right before it went down? A Jew. And guess how much money you got for insurance?
but you can't do it.
I'm Jewish. I can say it all
No,
I
you
want.
can't. It's against the law. It's against
I
the law.
know. That's what's
It's
crazy.
against the law.
That's how you know it's fucking is what it is, because it's against the law to talk shit about it. I'm waiting for him to come to my house because I've been saying it all over the internet. It's time to burn it down. It's time to burn it down. But nobody's going to do nothing because you got the police that are protecting. All they care about is their lives and the way it is, their pensions and their retirement. They don't care about their fellow man. And that's how a lot of people are. They'd rather just put your blinders on.
It started so innocuous. Don't speak. It starts off, don't speak ill of people. And then it turned it's against the law. And it's like, what? That's against the law. People are in jail for questioning the numbers. Not even questioning the Holocaust, questioning the numbers of the Holocaust. They're in jail. Jail time.
I don't know, man. It's fucking. I think there's stuff out there that is way beyond what we could even fathom. Like maybe Hitler did figure out time travel, and he was trying to fix the shit. I'm Jewish. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy for me
Well,
to
there's
talk.
all kinds of
I'm
conspiracies.
supposedly from Abraham. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, we're all from Adam, right?
Exactly.
We're all from Adam.
Maybe. Or is that a good story that they made up? It's crazy, dude. I mean, they're finding fucking shit, scrolls that basically say that the fucking Bible is bullshit, and it goes along with the Muslims' Quran and the Old Testament, but not the New Testament. I mean, the New Testament is just a bunch of.
That's nice.
Yep.
Hey, we'll get our enemies.
Yeah. I mean,
There'll be bad
if Jesus
people
was
that don't
real,
know.
he basically, what happened was he figured out that we're all God. And he tried to tell them that, but all they heard was him saying, I'm God. And they said, all right, motherfucker. And he was fucking with the money, and he was getting too much attention, so they killed his ass. And then they said, let's make a religion, the Catholics and the Jews. Let's fucking make a
But
religion.
it's funny because there's a group, and you probably, and I'm not quite sure which group it is, so I don't want to use it, but there's an Orthodox group of Jews that will not go to Israel.
Because it's against their religion.
It's against them.
You're not supposed to. That's what I'm saying. It's
But who's that? Is that
the ones with the.
It is?
Yeah.
The Hasids?
Yep, the Hasidic Jews. I've been watching. I follow a bunch of them, and they're like, they want the Zionists want us and the Muslims to kill each other. That's what they want. They want the Christians.
That's what it's all about.
They want the Christians and the Muslims to kill each
And
other.
that's what's
wipe
going
them
on
out.
in fucking Ukraine right now.
Yeah. Palestine and all that shit.
The northern tribes. They don't want the northern tribes.
I think Russia, Putin, I think he knows everything. And he knows. I think he's not as bad as what they made us think.
Oh no, I think he's the great savior.
Yeah.
I think
do
he is.
too, man.
He's the great white hope.
Maybe we're wrong, but
Because he
maybe
could
we're
wipe out everyone.
Yeah.
He could wipe up everyone in
Yeah.
Ukraine tomorrow. And he's like,
I mean,
let's just kill enough of them until they surrender. But
our own president said that he'll drop nukes on Texas and shit.
the Supreme Court said you can't.
I know.
You can't.
Like,
You can't
That's
get
how
in the
you
way
get
of us
this.
not enforcing the law. Wait, you can't, wait, what's that? It's illegal for you to take actions to enforce a law where we don't want it enforced.
Yep.
It's like, come on.
dude, it's,
And no one questions it.
No.
Nobody here would say, oh, that's a good idea.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm not fucking working ever again. I'm not paying into the taxes. I'm not fucking doing shit anymore, man.
But you gotta.
But you have to, or else
You
you're pushed
gotta.
out of society.
Well, you also, I mean,
You got to, or you go to jail. Like, if I don't send my daughter to school, because I can't homeschool her, because I can't afford to, I have to go to work.
and then you also don't know, you don't know how much you're being manipulated in the
That-
thoughts you are having.
Yes.
Like I saw that thing on Waco. It's
It
like,
could be just too, I might be thinking too much into it, you know?
yeah.
But it's like, you can't tell me something's purple when it's fucking red. And that's what
Just
they,
these last 2 wars. But my wife is she's a lib. We've just
I
like,
was.
We've just kind of.
I was
I
a
got
fucking
it.
idiot, dude.
I wasn't.
That's
really.
what I could sympathize with them because I understand they fucking getting you with your emotions, man.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
Well, that's how they got the women.
Yes.
They don't
Well,
have
they
to-
knew they could. That's more money for the government by giving them rights. You can tax them now.
Well, yeah, but also
I think-
they have a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
And once you empower them, then you can control them because you don't have to control them with the facts. You just have to control them with
You're right.
emotions. And they're emotion driven. And they got them to not like Trump because he was an ass.
Yep.
But he played right over the ass.
Yeah.
I thought he was smart enough to, but he didn't see it.
No. You're right.
So, but then other people, you know, did
just
you
like-
see that Andy Kaufman movie?
Yes. Yes.
Man on the Moon?
Yep.
And did you see how he was with that wrestler? He had that inside thing going on that everyone thought, oh, those two hate each
Yep.
other.
But it's
And
a fucking.
they were just like,
That's perfect. And they do that now.
and that's I think that's what's going on with Trump.
I mean, football is fucking looking like it's fucking rigged. For sure. Controlled by the mafia to make money.
You think?
Yeah. I can't watch it. I used to play football, but once I became an adult, I'm like, this is all fucking stupid.
No, it definitely seems guided.
Yeah.
You know, because
Why did
like,
that guy
why
stop
wasn't-
running?
Why wasn't that? Why was he comes over the back and slaps the ball. Why wasn't that pass interference now when the other guy would just look at it and get
Yeah.
pass interference?
It's
like, huh?
fucked up, dude.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
they're,
don't know.
they're going to challenge it. Oh, the ref said it was good. The call was okay. Because the ref said it was okay, then it must not have been. There's a
But
lot like that.
I just don't think it matters enough.
Yeah.
I really don't think sports matters enough. But I do
It
think
keeps
they,
a lot of.
not to
They
get
love people that love to
not to
fucking
kill
watch.
your people on this road. Whenever there's some crazy social manipulation going on through sports, it's always the Jewish.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
first one to bring in, what's his name?
Oh,
And people even say now, you know, it wasn't such a good deal because when we had 2 leagues, at least we all had, you know, and
Yep.
they could have manipulated it to have one league play the other league, you know, or something like that.
Yep.
But now it's just like you ever watch World Cup and everyone there's from Africa. Every
Yeah.
Frenchman is an African. It's like, wait a second. You want to see Frenchmen fight Germans, you know? You want to see the Irish
Yeah.
fight the English. You don't want to see one African tribe.
Fucking-
You know, it's just not. There's a racial component that's not necessarily bad.
yep.
You know, it just is. You know, it's like the Yankees versus the Red Sox. You know,
Yeah.
there's no racial component, but there's a local
Yep. They
component.
fucking hate each other.
Well, they're rivals and
Yeah.
everything. You know, one's more one was more world-based, and the other one was more insurance-based.
Damn, man, we got into some deep shit here.
Yeah, doesn't help fishing though.
There ain't nothing happening today. It's too calm.
So you think he's gonna get in again?
I don't know, dude. They're trying to bury him. I don't know. I really don't know. And I think that if he doesn't, that's going to be the start of our civil war again.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think we have it in us.
I do. But
Yeah.
a lot of people like their lives the way they are. And they don't want to. They're
They don't want
afraid
to
of.
rock the boat.
They're afraid of the unknown. Me, I can survive. I can fucking catch fish. I can hunt. I can build shit with my hands. I can repair things. I was a mechanic for 15 years. I built airplanes myself. I can fabricate. You know what I mean? I can build a home for myself. There's people that can't do that I'll be eating. I mean, it's scary. It's crazy, but it's not crazy. It needs to happen. Because there's a lot of middlemen that don't do a fucking thing, that make money. That's what's wrong with the world. There's people that make money off of the people that actually do shit. And it's not how it should be. There's too much fucking greed. I mean, what are we going to be making? A home's going to be $5 million in a year, and you're going to make $300,000 a year? Is it going to be your paycheck? And then what happens in 20 more years? You're going to make $1 million a year, and the home's going to be $50 million? Like, when does it fucking stop? The bubble's got to burst, dude.
Did you ever see? Look up billion Zimbabwe, whatever. The Zimbabwe currency. They went through it, and it went to like they were printing, I think, $1 million current. I want to say $1 billion.
It's insane.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah,
anymore.
let's just keep making it.
It just you know.
I mean, that's what I try to explain to people. Like, there is no free market. The capitalism doesn't work because everything's fucking monopolized. You got these corporations that fucking are taken out. You can't be a mom and pop. You know?
But it's the manipulation of desires. You know, do people really desire healthcare? Do they really desire it? Do you really desire it? You know, for me, when I was growing up, healthcare was something you avoided at all costs. You know, you sure you need to get stitches? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
Oh, Johnny, you cough. You better go see a doctor.
Yep. I don't know. It's a world. I feel bad that I had a daughter. Because I don't feel like it's gonna get any better, and especially with my mindset, fucking raising her, she's not gonna go be a sheep that's just gonna follow along with and not question anything.
I went just exactly the
let.
opposite. I went exactly the opposite. I had 2 kids. I hired these guys to cut some trees. Guys cut the trees. 15 kids or something like that. And he's still not doing that. You know, they were and I think his star son was
Catfish, I'm gonna call it.
His star turnout was
Puffer.
he was a boss boy at like Red Lobster or something. And that was the high performer. And I thought, well, I'm like that. I don't want those moronic kids looking out for me. I better have a couple more of my own.
You're right.
You know?
Damn.
Did you ever see Idiocracy?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a dumbass. You swallowed it.
The best line about that is someone was talking about it. He says, I started to watch it. I thought it was a satire. It turns out it was a documentary.
It's exactly right. Damn. Alright, sorry, bud. Keep that hook.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those movies that are like that, though. Wall-E.
Yes. That's where we're at.
Wait a minute.
That's where, dude, when I seen that, I was like, that's where we're fucking at.
Yeah, or the end
We're getting there.
Or the Fight Club.
Yeah.
You know, at the end when the buildings come down, and then a year later, fucking the tower comes down.
There's a movie.
There's someone who
actually,
saw that coming.
There's a movie that came out like during that. Damn, I just posted this shit. I just shared something about that, and it's basically. I mean, it tells you, you know, 2 government officials took hijacked. What's it called? Not hijack, but what's the word when you a computer? You can like get into someone's computer.
Yeah.
Is that hijack? It's got
you
a name.
hijack a browser.
Well, it's hacking.
Hacking.
Yes,
Yeah.
they hacked into some shit and they were able to control the planes. And then, yeah, there was no fucking buddy. There might have been people on there and the pilots and everything, but they took over the computer systems, flew the fucking planes into it. Because there was just fucking, they couldn't kick those buildings were falling apart. They needed to come down.
Yeah.
And they figured if they fucking make this shit happen and then they can get paid, take out.
He bought them.
Yes.
million 6
Yeah.
months earlier.
And then $5 billion in insurance payouts.
It's like,
I'm like,
oh, there's
really?
nothing going on here.
Would I keep my mouth shut for $5 billion?
Yeah.
Well, you probably have to do.
I mean, and then there's called the, what are they called? The 3 dancing Israelis
oh yeah,
that got arrested.
Yeah. They knew about it.
They were.
Well, you don't have to go that
They
far
filmed
back.
it. They were here to film it.
Do you think Israel didn't know that those fuckers were coming over the wall?
Exactly.
They knew they were coming in, and they held back.
Yep.
So okay, they're gonna kill enough of us. Because I don't think the thing I know about.
I lived in, Surfside
Yeah.
in Miami.
Yep.
Okay, at the end of the video on that, I'm going to end up talking to the State Department.
It's alright. I'm gonna delete some of this out because I'll fucking get government will come to my house.
Yeah. But so I live there, so it's very much a Jewish neighborhood now. It wasn't always, but it definitely is now. So I lived amongst a lot of my friends. I learned a lot about the idiosyncrasies of being Jewish, like the different groups and the group dynamics and how.
I'm a watchmaker. My family is makers.
Oh,
we're
really?
not bankers. We're actually makers. We build shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Noodleman was one of the last names. We made noodles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how that happens? Yeah.
And I love noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
So anyway, there's a hierarchy of being Jewish. There's some that are more pure than others.
Yep.
And the ones that lived along the border, I can't help but think that they were not the purest bunch. And I can't imagine people that are in a concert all night long at sunrise, having been there all night, would be considered good Jews. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So I kind of think they were expendable.
yeah.
But the other thing is you're in for an inch, you're in for a mile, and they were Jewish. They were Jewish enough to get raged because they were killed, but they weren't. No one really was inviting them over for a Seder on a Friday night.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So that's why this is so. That's why I think it's complete. And then that they couldn't stop it. It's 10 minutes. So it would be like.
No.
I've never been to Israel. Have you been to Israel?
No, I don't want to go now.
But from what I've heard, you're here and you can see everything they talk about when you're in the middle of it. So it's hard to believe
I
that.
I used to want to go. I was like, oh, I want to go to the homeland. No. And then I started seeing shit. I just started realizing shit. And I'm like, and then I seen this Hasidic rabbi saying it goes against everything about our religion.
Why?
That place. We are not supposed to have we're supposed to live amongst others. And why did we have to take over Palestine? They didn't cause the Holocaust. They were the ones taking us in. The Germans should fucking let us come back and live there and give us a piece of fucking land. You know what I mean? It's stupid.
But
You don't know. It's all about, there's money. It's got to do with money. I mean,
no,
the Gaza Strip is full of fucking oil.
It's everything. It's everything. It's human nature.
Yeah.
It's tribal behavior. It's money.
It's just,
it's everything.
You're right.
Everything.
I just think it's time
And certain
for a reset.
social indoctrinations survive better than others.
Yep. I mean, if you can go into the Amazon jungle.
Jews are typically, they were city dwellers.
Yeah.
All throughout
Fucking
the
burrows. That's where my family lived.
Yeah. But even before they came, even before America, they were all city dwellers.
I mean, yeah, there was only, like,
Europe.
my family was from, like, small little farm town in, like, Ukraine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Czechoslovakia, like somewhere over there on the border of Ukraine and Russia. We were Russian Jews. Yeah. And,
It's crazy though.
and then, I mean, none of my family was really rich. My grandparents.
When did your parents come over then? 1920?
Yep, my grandfather
That's
changed
when they had the
listen,
fucking signs on
Yes.
the wall, don't eat your children.
Yes, my grandfather changed our last name from Rosenberg to Bennett in 1922. I got the papers.
Oh, that was a nice move.
Because they lived in a German neighborhood, my grandmother opened up one of the first beauty salons in Queens.
Oh, in New York.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't get no business if her last name was Rosenberg Salon. So they made it because there was a bank. It was a giant bank. It's Irish or something.
Usually they change it to something a little similar, but like Rose.
He was he grew up in an orphanage too, so I don't know. We don't know his story. You know, we don't know if he came over, was saved before, because my dad said Hitler was doing shit to me before, got noticed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like in the 20s, he was wiping people out, or the 30s.
But definitely.
They were rounding them up. You know?
Well, it depends which conspiracy theory you want to believe.
Yeah.
But there's one belief that Hitler was involved in the making of Israel first. It's a nice place for it to go. Get out of here.
You know, there's like a German town in Mexico too, or in fucking Venezuela, where they found a fucking German U-boat.
Where?
In Venezuela. Look, when you get a chance, look it up. They fucking escaped in a submarine, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
We protected them because they had money. They paid. It's fucking crazy, dude.
We brought them.
Yes,
in.
we brought them.
They were NASA.
Yep.
Up until
Yeah.
recently.
And then they took over our fucking school system and made us all fucking follow rules, sit in line. They made our school system, man.
You think? They unmade our school system. I think we had.
Yes.
I think our school system was the enemy of the world, and now it's the laughing stock.
Oh yeah, it's a joke.
But it was done in the. My father-in-law was a professor at Gatesville, and he taught electrical engineering.
Nice.
And at the end, he was just teaching grad students. And he says, "I can't even remember the last time I had an American student."
Wow.
They were all mostly Chinese,
No
but a lot of
shit.
Korean and Japanese as well. He said it's great. They're smart. They listen, and ask
Wow.
questions and stuff. But there was not an American in the bunch. And that's the biggest state school in Florida.
I've talked to a lot of teachers that they quit because they said we're not allowed to teach anymore. We have to follow a program and just hand them booklets.
Yeah, but in engineering, it's
Well,
kind of outside of the norms.
Exactly.
Of social development.
Yep. I always had that's why I became a mechanic. I understand physics and I can just understand mechanics and how stuff is made, and
Yeah.
I don't have to know.
But you're kind of outside now.
Yep.
Everything's electronic.
Yep.
See, I kind of have a mental. I have a mechanical mind. I can follow systems, but when it hits electricity, it's like
Messes you up.
it's like I hit a wall.
Yeah,
It's like-
I have a hard time with diagnosing electrical issues in cars.
I don't have the patience to sit
Same
there
here.
and go
Oh,
check
God.
A,
Yep.
check B,
What's
check C.
how many ohms does this have, and what's your resistance? I could do it, and then I could go, all right, so what does that tell me? Shit, now I gotta read this all over again. I got no comprehension because I smoke too much weed. So I have to read something like 50
And
times.
now you got to work on the electronic stuff. It's so sensitive. You got to have static free
Yeah.
pads and shit
Yeah.
like that. You got to ground yourself. It's crazy. I'll let my grandkids worry about that. Do you have a firm grasp of quantum mechanics?
Yeah. Explain.
I feel like that. That's like a step beyond. I think I can make it into physics.
Yeah, physics I can handle,
Maybe
quantum mechanics.
Physics, chemistry, pretty much I get chemistry, but this quantum
I wish I would have paid attention more, I tell you that, with some shit, because
don't
I
think-
am fucking smart, but
Well,
I
how
just
old
didn't.
are you?
37.
probably in the school system. When you're in school.
Yeah, they didn't give, now, it's like, shit my daughters learn, I swear I wasn't learning until fucking middle school. They're trying to.
How old's your daughter?
First grade, dude. And I'm telling you, some of the shit that they're making her do, I'm like,
Well, like set theory and all that.
Yeah.
Like my kids all took calculus. One
And
or
then
2
it's-
years of calculus in high school. It's
really?
like,
Yeah, my dad took that in college.
I took it in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was all proud of that. I'm like, Dad, that's like in high school now.
That's high school.
He's like,
I
what?
wonder if it's the same thing though.
I don't know. Because, dude, did you have to deal with the Common Core stuff that they did?
No.
They changed the way we do math. Instead of putting 22 plus 55, use blocks, use squares. They wanted the kid's brain to work a whole different way, dude. So like your parent, to teach your kid, you had to relearn it.
Well,
Because,
that's the thing
and I just said, I fucking wrote a note to the teacher and said, this is how I did it, this is how my daughter's doing it. Sorry. Unless you're gonna make me go to school.
Looks like people are showing up now.
Oh yeah. It's almost,
all
What is it,
throwing
almost lunchtime?
They're all throwing the shrimp. It's 10 o'clock.
High tide's at 11:40, I think. It's almost there.
So are they doing what you're doing? Doing a different thing.
But it feel, like yesterday I was casting out there and I was hitting,
Looks like he just got a puffer fish. Maybe not. Maybe it's a pinfish.
My big pull. I might have to go down to the rocks on the other end and catch some pinfish.
I gotta learn how to throw it now.
Yeah, once you get it, you get a small one, and once you get it, then you can throw pretty much any of them. It's not
What's
hard
a
at all.
small one?
Little
6
4
foot?
foot.
4 foot?
4 footer, yeah. That way you don't have to put a piece in your mouth. You can those you can pretty much just do with both hands. It's simple.
Put half of it in one hand and,
Yep.
and then spin it.
Yep. And then spin it and it opens up. You can watch a video on YouTube now and learn.
No, I do.
You know?
And then I go out and try it. I'm like,
Do it in the yard.
but you're right. The thing with the shoulder.
Yeah, that takes practice, man. Cause like I got buddies that are my size that can throw 12 foot ones.
But I'm not going to be a bait fisher.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start selling it if it's fucking ain't right. I just keep. In fact, when I throw an 8 foot, I can probably size of a 2 foot. So if I could get to a 4 foot, I'd be doubling my.
Yeah.
But I guess they fall quicker too.
Yep. The bigger they are, you got heavier weights. You can get different types too, like heavy ones, heavy weights, smaller.
Size of the open.
Some of my, like the commercial fishermen, they'll change them out too, the weights.
Oh, will they?
Yeah, they repair them, they do all kinds of shit. I know people that make them. That's pretty cool.
All right, I got to get on with my
All
day.
right, man, it was good
Hey,
talking
nice
to you.
chatting with you.
Yeah.
Good luck on the fishing
Thank
channel.
You too.
What do you call yourself online?
It's Old Boy Fishing.
Old boy?
Yep.
Old.
Old Boy
Boy
Fishing.
All right, I'll look you up.
Yeah, check it out, man.
I'll see ya.
Thank you. Nothing but fun.
Sorry, guys. Can't feed you.